theatrical performances, even the ability to just look at a picture and use common sense to analyze the content of the picture may be a way that we can start to engage the illiterate, non-formal masses that we engage with. But perhaps you have more ideas and more experience in the ways that you have done this.
Well, of course, that is one of the ways you can educate, especially our illiterate society. Another, of course, is talking, engaging with them, and getting them to appreciate. Most of the times, when you're in the hinterlands, we should also realize that technology may not have reached that far. So you may see some people with phones, but they're using a yarn. Okay, so for them, the information hasn't even gotten there for you to now determine whether the person can read that information and whether the person understands information literacy. So the barriers are many, but for those who are there and who largely depend also on their phones for information, that is when this kind of education is very important. And so how we engage with them to understand it's not everything on your phone or anything that comes on your phone that is true. I mean, we have, I know people who would see something on TV and believe it's true. So even with all that goes on with films and things, some people actually believe that these things really occur. So there's a lot of work we have to do to reduce that kind of ignorance. And as she said, engaging with them, the sketches, the theater, to try and break this down for us. And even getting us to understand that information today is so important. I dare say that most of us, even literate ones, are not clued into the effect of the information age that we are in.
Okay.
Most of us are not even clued in. So this kind of discussion that we are having here, you go on the street, ask somebody who is not from GIJ or who is not involved in this media and information literacy program, and they won't have a clue. They won't have a clue. For me, this came to my attention when I received your first letter. Then I began to read about it and appreciate. Oh, so you know the practical common sense side of it, things that you are doing and you take for granted, but you don't really realize that it's actually called information literacy. Do you understand me? So as we speak, as I say, civic education is a shared responsibility, and there's a lot that NCC has to do. But you have become ambassadors, automatic ambassadors when it comes to information literacy. And it's also now your duty to go out and educate. Educate in your classrooms, in your homes, in your family gatherings, in your churches. And that is one key platform that NCC uses now. We use the churches, we use the mosque, because Ghana has become such a religious society. Everybody is going to church or the mosque. And we use those platforms to educate. So I want us, beyond today, to look at ourselves or see ourselves as information literacy ambassadors and begin to educate everyone. You're at home, your house help, you educate her. Your driver, you let him or her understand, and they also carry the message on. It's not everything you see that you forward. When you look at it, go and check the source, read it thoroughly before you click the button. Those little things are very important, and they begin to gather momentum for us to build a more information literate society.
Thank you very much. Doc, not to limit you, right? That's small practical solutions. If it's fine, then we'll now ask for questions from our audience. Yes, please.
Yes, thank you very much. I have a few questions, but I think some of them have been answered. I'll ask the one that I think is very important to me, and then I will suggest a solution and ask for a favor. So I want to know whether it is possible that MIL will be thought as an independent course in our universities. I learned about MIL in Media and Society as a topic, and I felt that a topic was not enough to exhaust what MIL should take. So is it possible that we have it as a course in the universities? And also as a private certificate short course for individuals who are not in the university, but who can come and take such 2 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 month course and understand better what MIL is. My solutions, I have a few friends of mine who are willing to start an MIL club. We are university students. We want to visit senior high schools and primary schools, engage in inter-schools debates, quizzes, and go to their school summer camps and engage them on MIL. The favor we want to ask is funding. Thank you.
That's more of a request than a question, right?
Okay, the next person. I think I saw a hand here. Okay.
So I think the point that you've made about MIL becoming a course is very important because periodically we review our course outlines and we've realized that what we need now in terms of MIL goes beyond what is taught as a component under media and society. So it's something that we can consider, and the MIL man is here. So I would work with him and we will start a course in MIL because it's important. And I think it being a short course is something that we can offer as an institution because we do offer short courses. So it's something that, yes, there's something that we want to work on. And I think 10 plus 5 years.
Yes. So, so that you work together, right? We make a composite for the sake of time. Please. Can we take 2 more questions so that our panelists will address?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. My question is to this Josephine Nkrumah. MIL Week is recently introduced idea by UNESCO in collaboration with other partners to review the achievements of MiL for All. I want to know how the NCC is partnering these agencies to achieve goal system of the SDGs, which is achieving peace, justice, and strong institutions. And here I'm emphasizing on strong institutions. For instance, we are about electing our district assembly chief executives. How informed are our citizens? How are they going to vote? How do we educate them? And many are ignorant of the abundant information out there. So what is the NCC's roles in engaging citizens in rural areas? And my last question is to Dr. Laurentia. I want to know whether media and information literacy is only tilted to the political aspects of our dispensations. Thank you.
Okay, let's have the final one and then we take a response.
Thank you. My question also goes to Dr. Laurentia. She said we need to start the training from the basic field. So right now, that is her idea about the topic. So I want to ask if there is going to be any proposal to the government, since they are not in the field of academics, so that they will start the training in our basic schools or not, or it just ends here.
Dr. Laurentia, please. They love you so much. Over to you, sir.
Gentlemen, I think your question was around
the role of NCC helping achieve MDG Goal 6, particularly informing our citizens. Yes, SDG Goal 6, yeah.
Well, NCC has been working closely with the National Development Planning Commission, and most of our engagements are anchored on certain aspects of the Sustainable Development Goals. And so that cascades in all our thematic areas. And he spoke specifically about building strong institutions. And as we always say, strong institutions don't happen. It takes strong people to build strong institutions. So what kind of value system do the institutions have? What kind of active citizenship pertains in those institutions in order for them to become strong institutions? What really even is the vision of these institutions? How does it tie into the national vision? I'm still struggling to find the national vision, because unfortunately we are saddled with a system of governance in this country where every administration comes, truncates what was going on, and a new one begins. So we are even struggling to determine what is our plan for the next 10 years or the next 20 years, and how do you structure your institutions to fit in that plan so that they build the competencies they need to build strong institutions. So those are some of the real complex challenges on the ground for us as NCC. But nonetheless, I think the underpinning of every strong institution or every strong society is a kind of value system that we have. It is values that drives us as a people. The values of integrity, the values of honesty, the values of hard work, discipline, even the values. There's one country that has as one of its values innovation. I can't remember off the top of my head now, but that is what drives us. So what are the value sets? What value sets do we have that drives these institutions? And so when we go out engaging, these are some of the kinds of themes that we use to begin to equip people to understand their roles in building those strong institutions, particularly with district level elections, for instance. And this time I'll come directly to the role of media and information literacy, because so we are educating the citizenry to understand that come December 17th, we are required to perform 3 civic duties. We are supposed to vote for our unit committee members, our assembly members, and to vote to affirm or reject the proposal to amend Article 55.3 of the Constitution. And Article 55.3 bars political parties from participating in district level elections. Concurrently, what is going on in Parliament is the amendment of Article 243. Article 243, as it stands now, gives the President appointing powers to appoint metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives. The President says, we want the people to vote for their own MMDCs. That has been a clamor for many years now. And so there is that in Parliament as well. Then you have the media, who, despite the constant correction and reiteration on what we are doing come December 17th, will tell you and say, yes, the referendum is to elect MMDCs. And we say to them, that is wrong, because if you go on the day to the ballot box, you won't find a question that says, do you want to elect MMDCs, yes or no? What you will find is, do you want to amend Article 55.3 and allow political parties to participate in district level elections, yes or no? Now, when we are engaging and trying to project the correct information, and media is doing something else, we are confusing the people. Because come that day, if the average citizen goes and doesn't see on that question, he or she is thrown off. This is not what I came to vote for. Do you understand me? And we are constantly engaging the media that stop the inaccurate reportage, because this is such a critical part of nation building. By entrenching democratic governance in this country, how are we doing that? By allowing Ghanaians to participate in development at the district level. That is where we have the greatest power for us to begin to chart our development at our district level.
Okay.
That is what I think. Give me just 2 minutes because such an important conversation we are having in the country. And so I want to use this opportunity and say that if we don't understand the essence of decentralized government and how that impacts on you and me, where we live, what kind of roads are there, whether we have access to water, whether we have access to good schools, access to good medical facilities. It is district assembly that is the development agent, not our MPs. And that is where we should be involved. And that is where the law gives us direct access to them, speak to them, engage them, find out what kind of development is going on. The district assembly should be responsible to our needs. We are not participating in district assembly and then we rant and rave on social media. Get up and get involved. So come December 19th, please go out and vote. Thank you.
Thank you.
I wanted to go back to the very first gentleman who asked a question and a favor. So Pen Plus Bytes, we have short courses indeed that we have developed with an initiative called the MiL initiative in Namibia. So the MiL initiative, we've got about 8 course modules already in spotting the fake, fact checking, and so on and so forth. And those are things that we're in discussions with GIJ and other universities to take on as part of their short courses. In terms of the funding for an organization or a society or a club that goes around and uses MiL to do debates and quiz, I think it's a brilliant idea. There have been some interventions already. I know that Professor Gajepo at the University of Ghana, the Dean of the Communication School, already has an annual debating activity that she does inter-universities. But then that's something that we would like to take forward because we do realize that there are many pathways to achieving MiL literacy, and training, formal training, may not necessarily be the answer, because if it were the answer, then because of all the universities that are around and all the students that have gone through MiL education, we shouldn't be where we are. But here we are where we are, which means that we do have to find different pathways, and that's what we're trying to do at Pen Plus Bytes.
Okay, so before I talk, I want to do a simple exercise. How many of us here knew much about the 19th of December elections that is coming? How many of us knew about it? How many of us knew about what we were supposed to go in? How many of you knew about it? How many of you knew exactly what we were going to vote yes and no for? And that brings us back to something that Professor Kwanse-Edu mentioned, that when we are talking about a media and information literate citizens, we shouldn't limit it to the ordinary people. It is very important that the media themselves become literate, because here is the fact that the civic education is doing their part, but then our media is what? Misinforming people. And they are supposed to be the custodians of that information that is sent around. So it is important that we understand why we are discussing media and information literacy. Not only to the ordinary person, but the fact that the people who gather the information that they package for us are also literate enough to go back and seek further understanding of the information that they give them. Now, that brings me to the question that the gentleman asked about whether media information literacy to me is only linked to politics. No. What we are saying is media and information literacy. We are not saying media and information literacy about politics. Now, I talk about politics more because I am a lecturer of politics. So, of course, when we talk about media and information literacy, I always talk about it in terms of politics, and that is because that is the area that I am most proficient about. But let's think about it. Even what Madam Nkrumah just said, it is about our day-to-day lives, isn't it? But it's still linked to politics. There is no doubt that the politics of the country will influence every aspect of our lives. It will influence our economy, our cultural practices, and all of that. So yes, it is important that people get the information and become literate with what they can use with that information, especially when it comes to politics, especially when it comes to the 19th of December. Funny enough, I didn't even know much about that. And I kept thinking in my head, what is my mother, how is she going to understand whatever has been put on the ballot box when the ballot paper when she goes to make that information because she can't read or write? And how are we going to inform her that when you go, this is there, and you are supposed to take yes or no? And then how can she stay away from the influence of people who say when you go just take yes, or when you go just take no? So that is the kind of thing we are talking about. How do we get people to be literate with the information that they have access to? Because the information might be there, but if you are not literate in how to consume the information and use that information, that is where the problem is. So yes, I talk about it in terms of politics only because that is my area. But media and information is not limited to politics. Last one about the schools. Yeah, I mean, I've had the occasion to have a discussion with the Minister for Education, and I've mentioned this aspect before. So maybe it's something that we can discuss with the Ministry of Education, especially when it comes to direction of policy for primary level and secondary level education. So I will carry that message. I will not let it end here. It's something that I'm very passionate about because I believe that the problem that we experience at the tertiary level stems right from the primary level. If we can get students to be assertive and to be critical thinkers right from the primary level, and I think sometimes it's also based on the shackles of our cultural practices where we think that we young people shouldn't question the information that they have. But if we can tackle that problem from that side, then we are getting somewhere. So it's something that I will make it as my personal project and push it.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we have achieved the goal of this panel discussion because our main goal is to stoke discussion and debate on media and information literacy. We have already, gone beyond our time allocation for the panel discussion, for which reason we cannot take any more questions. We are sorry. So, yes, we will continue to have the discussion over lunch. Dr. Laurentia, Madam Juliet, Ms. Josephine, they are all available to us to keep engaging on their information literacy. Please, let's give them another big round of applause. All right, so Ambassador, I guess now you have competition because we've commissioned everyone now as an ambassador for media and information literacy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please let's give it up for our panelists one more time. I think as they do the setup, we could also recharge some credits. What do you think? Yeah, okay, so get your phones ready. Let's get rolling. As they fix their stuff. Want to say a big thank you to our partners, still our partners for today. DW Academy, Ben Plus Bytes, GIJ, and UNICEF Ghana. Shall we do Airtel, Tigo, or MTN? Okay. Okay, let's have Airtel, Tigo. So star 134 star 4363 24 87 60 27 72 87 hash. Enter to go. If you got it, just give me a wave. You got it. Please give it up for him. Oh, wow. The energy he used to give it a wave. Let's go to FTA. Okay, more Vodafone will be coming. More Vodafone will be coming, but let's have Airtel MTN. Yeah. Okay, so star 134 star. Sky, you are here to take pictures. You're not here to dial it. Give me your index number -10. 72269664256825 hash MTN. Oh, that's a miracle on the back. Your testimony is big. I'm sure the one controlling the telecom network is a woman. The commissioner and the director are saying women are smart. Wow. Please let's give it up for our ladies who are here today. They are amazing. They are amazing. Okay. As we wait, we'll do Vodafone, madam. We'll do that. As we wait, I have a very young guy. As we wait, just fix the stuff, just to keep the time. Let's have Arms Writer. Arms Writer, come around, give us a freestyle, little freestyle as we wait for the, because people may recharge and their phones may get dead. I don't want their phones to get dead, so let me hold on later. So Arms Writer, give us something simple. Arms Writer is a music guy. He's into rap, he's into so many things. He likes gospel music, he likes, and he's a student of G actually. Yes. I'm in charge of, I have appointed myself as one who is in charge of creative students in GIJ. Take it or leave it. So I'm the dean of, please, give us something unique, just a freestyle, and let's enjoy it. Any freestyle.
Okay. Looking for arms to die for music, then these my lines all be goes to rap. Poverty couldn't work me out, that be why your boy still they grow fat. I did the kitchen, they cook heat, you know we stand the heat, make you exit. I know be fisherman, but life at the sea top, caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. But sake of God be the sailor, man with the sea top. That be why it might be their watch, but it's my time. Fabi said me the beat, arms lunchtime. When we could the boy is still flying because I'm soaring on the wings of the most high. What is black to a gladiator? What I works to the writer. Dynamite in the boot gun is spitting off fire verses, making every song that I drop a banger. Christ blending inside of this vessel. Why will I grind in a sanka? Paranoia, but at least I know the fake from the real ones. Overcoming every stumbling block so the boy know the chill stuff. Stay tuned for more news. Every reply from another person be fake news.
You see, the good thing is you cannot fall under the auspices of Her Eminence Dr. Lorisha Japon and make a mistake. No, it's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. Technical guys. We are good? Few minutes. Wonderful. Wonderful. I think at this point we are good to go. So let's invite the man to lead us for this video today. Also my lecturer for media and society, and he is known for, if you don't give suggestions in class, -10. Yeah, so his class every Sunday morning, 7 a.m., you have to know the next topic before you get to class. If not, -10. Don't call him -10. He's just known as Mr. Boatin. Please give it up for him.
Thank you very much for this one last thing. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, please, I think that our young students want to challenge us. So I want to challenge them to. In the midst of water, the fool is thirsty, rat race. I would like to, just a small secret. Is that so? Mr. Chairman was my rector in the 1983. A secret here. Once I went to his house, he doesn't know about this. I went to his house and there was a big flag of Ghana with Bob Marley's picture in the middle. So we are, should I say, I won't mention the rest. Anyway, I'm here to introduce what we've been doing for the past week, preparing for this today's function and event. For the past 2 weeks, the Faculty of Communication, or the Department of Communication, under the leadership of Dr. Ajipon, and then with the hard work of Mr. Tindi, we've been preparing 25 students drawn from SHS schools around GIJ, that is Usu Salem, Nungwa, and then other clubs like Curious Minds. And our whole idea and aim has been to make these students understand how news is produced, what goes into the production of news, how information is manufactured and turned into the news we consume. So these 25 students have been going from media house to media house. We had about 5 or 6 media houses. And then they come to school early in the morning, they go through the process, we take them to the media houses, and then they come back in the evening and then give us their impression. So this short video, 10 minutes video, is about the process that they went through and their impressions at the end of the 3 days they spent in these media. We are hoping that next year we go far beyond this. This is a pilot. Next year, if no matter what the theme is for the MiL week, we are going to include, we are going inclusive, we are going to include disabled members of our society. So expect something spectacular next week, next year. But for the meantime, let's watch this.
Media and information literacy. It is a very passionate project for us here because we believe that especially since 2020 is election year, what is the most important thing? Information. Because it's based on the information that you will make your rational choices. And we believe that most of the information that we consume towards the elections is all the information that has been put out by the media. And if we do not understand the processes through which media produces that information, then we will not appreciate or question or critique the information that we have. That is why we think that as citizens of the country, we need to catch you young for you to understand how the media works and make you literate in media information so that you will arm yourself and be able to critique whatever information that is given to you by the media.
To the organizers, I'm very grateful for this opportunity and I'm happy that we take
Hello, I'm Angel Kujo from Curious Minds, and I must say that I'm very happy to be part of the Global Media and Information Literacy workshop organized by 10 Plus Bytes and DW Academy. And for my first workshop, I learned how news is being produced and then how to edit videos with just a smartphone. And now I had the opportunity to visit Ghanaian Times, learning how newspapers are being produced and distributed to the general public. And I'm really happy about this, and I hope that my friends out there will also be able to learn what I've learned over here.
My name is Ras Fodoso. I'm from Curious Minds, Ghana, and as part of the Global Media and Information Literacy Week 2019 workshops have been organized by 10 Plus by DW Academy and GIT to help educate the youth and other young people on media and information literacy. I've learned a whole lot of things from these workshops. Initially, I learned how to take pictures, take videos, and even edit them on our own cell phones. And then just today, I was here at the TV3, and I was here to do my internship. Trust me, I've learned a whole lot of things. I was at graphics yesterday. I learned how they process, how we get our newspapers every single day. And over here, I learned how they gather their information, how they go about editing, and a whole lot of that. Trust me, I've learned a whole lot of things. And I pray that more of these workshops will be organized by the organizers to help educate more youth and young people.
Mr. What is my name? Is the Global Media Information Literacy Week 2019. We are the New Times Corporation, where Spectator and the Ghanaian Times is being produced. We all know that Spectator is being produced on Saturday, and the Ghanaian Times is being produced on Monday to Saturday. But the Spectator, the reason why it's being produced on Saturday is because it gives soft news that you can relax with at home. But for the Ghanaian Times, very hot news, that is things that are buzzing in the system.
I'm from Teachers St. John's Senior High School. As part of the Global Media and Information Literacy Week, workshops were organized with kids and the youth, and we went to graphics communications and TV3. I learned how to gather information, and I hope more workshops are organized to educate the youth. Thank you.
My name is Cecil Ajipeti from Osu Science Senior High School. We've learned so much about how news is produced and processes the news goes through before it's brought out.
My name is Charles Mponsa Smith, a student of the Ghana Institute of Journalism. At the moment, we are at the New Times Corporation, and I've learned how they actually come out with all the stories that they bring out, stories like Daily Graphic and then Ghanaian Times. I've learned the process they go through, how the machines operate and everything, and I've really enjoyed it. I want to say a big thank you that I'm ready to make a change in my community.
My name is Eric Nabiri. I am from Osu Silent Senior High School. Knowing about information is our right, and I think it has been a great experience. I've learned a lot.
Hello guys, Isiamaima is my name. A very big thank you to Pen Plus Byte and DW Academy for organizing such a program for we the youth who know nothing about the media. We had a workshop where we learned how to use a smartphone to do a video and edit it as well. We had this 3 days program too. We went to TV3. We are here at New Times Corporation to know how news are being made and printed out. And I'm very grateful for what they are doing. Pray that they will get more money to do more next time so that others youth who are not able to join this training will have benefit in the ones that they will do. Thank you.
Wow. So we can't just use our phones for just calls, but we can use to edit and do more stuff. Wow, that was a great one. At this point, I want to do presentation of certificates and citations to youth MiL participants and their schools. So to start this for me is going to be Dr. Laurentia Ejapon, who's going to present the certificates to faithfulness. Akanwa, faithfulness. Faithfulness. AJ Michael Terrier. AJ Michael Terrier. Cecil Tete Ajin. Cecil Tete. Media literacy, you smile to the media and they take a picture. Media Literacy Week. Okay. Oh, sorry. Eric Nyabri. Eric. Thank you so much, Madam Ejapon. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ejapon. At this point, we invite our noble chairman, the greatest ambassador, and a friend of Bob Marley. Let's have Ransford Owusu answer. Ransford Owusu answer. Kwesi Abuaje. Kwesi Abuaje. Kwesi Abuaje. Kujo Angel. Kujo Angel. Kujo Angel. Thank you so much, Ambassador. We're grateful. At this point, let's invite the ever lively, vibrant woman chair of National Commission on Civic Education, Ms. Josephine Nkrumah. So we have Abuajewa Abigail. Abuajewa Abigail. Benjamin Lawe. Benjamin Lawe. Benjamin Lawe. Cranting Millicent Ado. Cranting Ado. Isiama Emma. Isiama Emma. Isiama Emma. Thank you so much, Commissioner. We're grateful. The next to do the presentation is the Executive Director of Pen Plus Byte, Madam Juliet Amoa. Amponsa Charles. Amponsa Charles. Amate Mary. Amate Mary. Kofi Mary. Kofi Mary. Kofi Mary. Priscilla Agboy. Don't worry if I don't pronounce your name right. Sometimes editing is part of media. Amponsa Emmanuel. Amponsa Emmanuel. Thank you so much, Madam. We're grateful. Let's have our rep from DW Academy to continue with the presentation. Okay, so now you got to get a photojournalist to help you. Yeah. Osman Abubakari. Akosia Newman. Akosia Newman. Juliet Apple, get ready. Juliet Apple. Okay, Asante Jeffrey. Asante Jeffrey. Thank you very much, sir. Let's have Mr. Tindi to continue with it for us. Mr. Tindi. Okay, Tindi multitasking now. So let's have Mr. Boateng. Okay. Therefore, entered into a good service. Let's invite do we have, let's invite Ambassador to finish this for us. Please give it up for him one more time. Okay, this one is Job, Kavinya. Okay, Ruby, Bodo, Ruby, Okaba. Thank you so much, Ambassador. There is one more, please, Ambassador. Want a rep or a teacher and the team from Teshi St. John's Senior High School. Want to give you a citation. The Ghana Institute of Journalism, Pen Plus Bytes, DW Academy, and UNESCO appreciate your role in the maiden Youth Media and Information Literacy Project organized as part of Ghana Media and Information Literacy Week celebration in Accra, Ghana. This citation is in recognition of the effort you put into organizing your students to participate in the Media and Information Literacy Week and training sessions, and we honor you for giving the young people the opportunity to be youth champions for media and information literacy in Ghana. Signed by the Executive Director of Pen Plus Bytes, Madam Juliet Amwa, and the Rector, Ghana Institute of Journalism, Professor Kwame Kwansa Edu. One more. This is for Osu Salem Senior High School. Osu Salem. So a teacher from Osu Salem, please come forward. Osu Salem. Okay, Salem. I think it's the battery in the microphone. Osu Salem. Okay, thank you so much, Ambassador. Let's have the chair for the National Commission, NCCE, to do this for us, Miss Josephine, for Curious Minds. Curious Minds. A rep, a teacher, or some students from Curious Minds? Okay. Please give it up for them. Beautiful. Please, let's come for all the participants. It's been good. At this point, we're going to our chair to receive the closing remarks, but we can't do that until we do the Vodafone. Vodafone is in for the Vodafone lovers. Okay, so let me give you a trick for this one so that everybody can get it smart. Okay. Amponsa Charles. Amponsa. You are late, right? Okay. Don't worry. Amponsa. So, which of the delegates do you want to present for you? You're a very special person. You like that one? I said, when I say this woman is very accessible on campus, people think I'm doing politics or propaganda. But the woman is just down to earth, hardworking and amazing. Oh my God. So let's go with Vodafone. Prefix your number *134*, put your hash, draw the cursor back in between the hash and the number. While people are rushing for hash, you do send. That's how people get the thing so fast. So let's go. 21391868354506 hash send. Who got it? Signal me. Wow. That's right. Another lady, right? Hey. I send over the day. Okay. In this atmosphere, ladies are just amazing. They are just special. It is very impossible for we the men to understand somebody when God was creating, we were far asleep. Please, let's receive the ambassador right now.
First of all, let's thank the MC for a great job done. And he has one of the, how do you call it, credit? He has one for me. So I'll see him afterwards. But on a serious note, I would like to commend GIG, Pen Plus, by DW for this great initiative and a great event. I've enjoyed myself. As I said, the experts will do all the talking, and they have done that. So let's give them a round of applause. Now, I would like to begin my remarks with a reference to what Millicent Ado, Millicent Ado, Millicent Ado. You know, she made a plea for the program to catch them young, to begin from the basics. And as he said, and I recalled my own life. You know, when I was a young boy in a village, Sebekwai, very far from here, I used to read Junior Graphic and Junior Ashanti Times. You know, they had a page like Junior Graphic of today. And out of that, I developed a lot of media literacy and interest in reading. So I used to go to bed every night. There were no lights, and you have to use a candle or kerosene lantern. And that's how I began. And I'm not surprised that I grew up to become a journalist. And when I became a journalist, I had a newspaper called The Independent. Based on my beginnings, I created a column, Junior Independent, and for me that was the most fulfilling column in the newspaper. We had kids sending their parents would send their pictures for their birthday. They root for us, and that's how many of them migrated to become journalists. I've met a few of them. Now I'm coming to you who have been part of this interesting program under the supervision of Dr. Japan and my own brother Mr. Boatim and Stephen and the rest. And I saw you, those who went to Times, you were standing behind a heap of old newspapers. You know, I used to work for Times, so I can imagine that one of my articles were where you were standing. I can tell you that some of you are going to become journalists based on what you have experienced, the joy, the thrill. So I would ask you to continue in this part. And don't just make it a one-week affair. As you go about your studies, continue to read newspapers, edit newspapers as you know how to do now. And who knows, one day you will become editor of one of the papers you visited. And if any of you want to go to GIG, I'm sure when you apply, your membership and your active work will facilitate your admission. So I encourage you to do that. Now, from what the experts said, it's all about information in an information age. And I want to use the great work by the millennial poet. What's your name, sir? Abdullah. You know, Abdullah said that he wanted to go to Marco Polo, right? And he said, no, let's not go to Marco Polo. And he went into all kinds of levels. But what I gathered from what he did was that, he read, analyzed the information he got, and processed them, and made poetry out of it. And that's what this process is all about. Being literate in media information is that you can read, but not just read. What you have read, you have to analyze, criticize it, and then process it, and it becomes knowledge, which gives you the capacity, the power to do so many things. So I want to urge you, particularly the young ones, to continue the process. Don't end today after you are great experience at Times, Graphic, and other places. Continue being involved in media literacy work. And that way you will empower others and empower yourself. I go back to what Nana said, that the citizens, not spectators. You can only be a citizen if you are well informed. If you are not well informed, you can't be a citizen. You will see things happen around you, you take them for granted. So this week seems to empower all of us, old and young. We are all reading, I have this phone, as I said, and it's a powerhouse of information for me. So anything that happens, I'm able to analyze based on information. But I would like to end again by a few quotes. Not my own writing. It says, a reader, because as Madam Josephine said, the foundation of being literate is the ability to read. If you can't read, you can't access information, you can't analyze information. So it is reading. And that's why I'm ending by quoting a few writers from reading. One says that a reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. That's if you read books. If you don't just use your smartphone to look at pictures, but you read, you live 1,000 lives. The man or woman who never reads lives just 1 year. It's not, of course, real, but all they're saying is that if you read, your vision is big. So you look into centuries. So Abdullah, he was born recently, but he knows Marco Polo. So you see, he's young, but he's through reading gone to the back. And if you are a reader, you can also go into the future. That's why this quotation says. Another one says, have you read this book, Treasure Island? Have you heard about that book? See, there's a reader who says that there is more treasure in media or books than all the pirates loot in Treasure Island. You understand it? See, Treasure Island is supposed to be some pirates stole the booty. And this might say that, there's more treasure in books than all the things that was hidden. And the further quote is from Kofi Annan. You all know Kofi Annan. Minister, you know Kofi Annan. And Kofi Annan says that knowledge is power. Information is liberation. Education is the promise of progress in every society, in every family. So these three quotations, should encourage all of us to seek to be literate in media and information. So with these few words, I want to thank the organizers for making me part of this, And having done all the presentations, I can see that the MC.
But what's your evidence that the best? Oh, okay. You have the whole hall raising their hands. Please clap for our ambassador. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. That was great. That was great. Madam, if you know you didn't read, media literacy is not limited to only English. I spoke Chinese if you don't understand. At this point, we take vote of thanks from Memuna to Mohammed, TA of the Communication Department. Please, let's welcome her. I think you also deserve a credit. She came here almost 2 hours earlier before the event. Good example.
Okay, so I didn't speak much. I just would want to appreciate all our dignitaries here today and to say it's a very big privilege to be called to actually give the vote of thanks to this wonderful day. Our first thank you goes to the Almighty God for making this program a success, and to our chairperson for chairing this occasion, to our panels and all wonderful dignitaries and all who got part or were part of today's occasion. And I must say that from what we've learned today, we are not living here as passive listeners anymore, but we are going to be active citizens of this great nation, critiquing every information that we receive. And I would want to thank all who directly or indirectly got themselves involved in this celebration of media and information literacy seminar. So we all want to say a wonderful thank you for coming, and God bless you. That should be all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. At this point, I want to invite the president of Ghana Muslim Students Association to give us the closing prayer. After which, please don't go away. We're going to have our pictures right here. Our panelists will be seated, and then I'm going to call you by categories, and then you come take a picture of them. So let's welcome Mr. Ninjay.
Thank you very much. I've been given a serious warning that God is someone who understands things simply. And so I said simple prayer because people are hungry. And I'll do that. And whilst we're in the media literacy week again, I will not say any prayer I will not understand. So let's just be in the prayer mood. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, that we give thanks and praises to Allah Almighty, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, the most merciful, the most beneficent. Alhamdulillah, we say another blessings to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who said in his book that Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, in ja'akum fasikum binabayin. If any news come to you, first of all, investigate. Fatabayyanu an tusibu qawman bijahala, lest you harm the whole of people. And we are very sure that once we've learned media literacy here today, and in accordance with the works of the Lord, we would now investigate anything we hear. We pray to God Almighty that once we live here, we go back into society and impact society with what we've learned here, such that in the next few years or few days, when information comes to us, we'll not just pick things hook, line, and sinker, but we'll question them. As we live here, may God Almighty be with us all. Thank you.
Okay, right after the pictures, I will then give you information on where we can locate the food on our GPS address. Please. Let's now have the list. Let's have all the panelists. And Ambassador, please take your seat. And then we'll invite students of GIJ, come and stand behind and get your pictures. Please, if you don't show your face, -10. So let's have you now. After students of GIJ, we have Osu Salem. After Osu Salem, we'll have Curious Minds. GIJ, be snappy. Some can go to the other side and have a good proportion. Those who are blessed in height, in a descending order, please be in front. And those all GIJ students. It is a media week, so a smile will not be a bad idea. Okay, thank you, GIJ. Let's have Osu Salem and their teachers. Osu Salem and their teachers. Osu Salem. Osu Salem and their teachers, please, it's your turn now. Osu Salem. So Techish St. John's, get ready. After Curious Minds, you're coming. If there's any group you have not acknowledged, please prompt me so that we could do the needful. Thank you so much. If not, I'll deliberately miss you. Thank you. Let's have Curious Minds and their teachers. Curious Minds and their teachers. Curious Minds. Curious Minds. Then St. John's Senior High School. You're coming after this. Teshi St. John's Senior High School. You're coming after this. Okay. Okay. Teshi St. John's. After this one, we have lecturers from GIJ. Lecturers from GIJ. Lecturers from GIJ. Lecturers from GIJ. Please, is there any group I've not mentioned for the picture? Civil society, get ready. Okay, I hear lecturers and TAs, so let the TAs also join. Yes, lecturers and their TAs. For once, I thought you were a TA. Yeah, okay. Oh, if you have a TA who is a rapper. Oh, okay. That's nice. Lecturers, please smile for 10 marks. Okay. Civil society. Civil society. Civil society. Even if you are 1.5, please come. Gloria. DW Academy, also get ready. Okay, DW Academy can join. We need a photojournalist to hide for 2 minutes because Mr. Leopold is joining the picture. Okay, that's fine. civil society. Any other group I've not mentioned yet, please? Okay. Oh, please give me a freestyle. Media, you have to smile, please. 2 fingers like that. Nice one. Lovely. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. Thank you all very much. At this point, we'll all proceed to the restaurant downstairs in a very beautiful order, and then we go and have our lunch. Thank you so much. God bless you. My name is MC Daniel, and thanks for having me. It's a buffet downstairs. Students are encouraged to take what they can only eat. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you.